Hello world, this is Zan. Finally back into the Bozmos. It's funny, it's actually been over a month since I recorded the first episodes 1 to 7. And here I am being lazy the day before, trying to record these new episodes. Oh gosh. Been a wild, fun month. I've got a few new series that I've been going on. Um, End World, if you guys haven't been watching that one, End World's gotten real spicy. It's gonna take you ages to get to the parts that I'm talking about right now. But End World's gotten spicy, and yeah, I think pretty much that. Stalling a little bit. It's a little bit hard to come back to these. So let's see. I should be in the middle of expansion still. Turn 8. Yeah. Right. I remember I suicide these poor archers because I assumed that they have short swords. They have armor something. They could probably be fine. Um, I was wrong. I remember being very, very wrong about that. That was a good volley, at least. That one, less so. And then they just get chopped up. Yep. So that was a big whoops, especially with how the early money was important. You guys are going to start seeing all the trades come in soon. Okay, here I have another battle with this nice little bug that happens whenever corpse candles are present. It's like a perfect formation with a little corpse candle in the front. With their high skills and ethereal. These idiots doing whatever it is they do. And the chariots just kind of sneak right on past and say, "Hello, commanders. What's up?" And it all worked out. Not bad at all. Granted, it's literally 12 militia. But I'll take my win. And we have another battle in Bayville where I finally send the old Emperor to stop this nonsense and clean these guys out. It still hurts me whenever I see him casting air magic. Ugh. It still hurts me every time. Should have given him water magic. Thought it was late age Indies with crossbows. Cool. So, took some more provinces there. I didn't set a timer. Where are we at? All right, 2 minutes. Okay, cool. I got time. Took some provinces and come off the map because things aren't going well. We see the return of Marverni's dragon, and we have this little stare down, but I know nothing can come of it because I can't cross rivers. And that's due to some reason that's in a book that I need to. I think it's on my shopping list, but I still haven't bought it yet. So we'll work on that. Anything else going on in the world? I can't remember how much I talked about my neighbors. It's been a while. I think I talked about Ind and Lemuria. But now we also have Ermor, because who doesn't want Ermor as your neighbor? And I think this is early age so it's not Uruk. And then Ys. So it's kind of like every single person you don't want to neighbor in a game. I mean, not No one really cares. I think no one. I've never played against but I think no one really cares about I don't feel afraid of them. But you don't want to border Ys, Ermor, or Lemuria, and here I am because of these little port cities or port provinces. I'm bordering all of them. Isn't that fantastic? I don't think anything fancy occurs this turn, so let's go on to the next, to turn 9. Okay, we researched some things and stuff. Thaumaturgy, I think, is just because now I see my undead neighbors and I want to at least have Dust to Dust available. And we're just going to keep going up evocation so I have spells to cast. Okay, we fight in Polgrave. And we should just, run over these poor knights. Yeah, plus 38 regen a turn. That's a lot. And they're gone. Okay. And in Dunvale, I think this is my little chariot squad. Fortunately, this time the corpse candle stays a little further back, but the result is fairly similar. Chariots run things over. Flawless victory. And we'll get an Earth Gem in the Green Gate. Marcello, Venetian Admiral. I can't remember the specifics. I remember Venetia was not doing well in this game. And we start scouting out, and we're starting to discover that Maverni's kind of big. We may have a problem on our hands in terms of annexing this guy. But Marverni is kind of big. Trying to see if there's anything else big happening on the map. Now I'm going to warn you. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so those of you know it's Uruk does not get the walking version. Uruk turned these guys into chariots. But walked up here and took this. Around this time, was it this turn or last turn? Or maybe even next turn? Around this time, I know I started talking to Uruk a lot. Or Uruk started talking to me a lot. Whatever. This dumb nation with the Mishushes started messaging a lot, and we started talking. And they were really worried about Lemuria. You see Ys is over here now. And they were trying to get this whole thing to coalition Lemuria because as Elacitus, I am terrified of every nation in this game except Lemuria and Ermor. As Elacitus, I have no reason to fear Lemuria and Ermor at all because all of my mages are death 3. All of my mages, every single one of these Sauromancers I recruit can do Wither Bones without breaking a sweat. They don't need a communion, they can just do it. On top of whatever other crap I might be able to do. And then on top of that, chariots do very, very, very good. Hilariously good against Ermor's undead. And if they outnumber them, they can do well against Lemuria's ghosts. It's a little bit dicier against Lemuria's ghosts because they are ethereal, but they still otherwise do pretty good. So I'm not afraid of them. But you have over here, and they are trying to get me to attack Lemuria right the hell now. I need to drop everything I'm doing and go fight them. And I tell them, well, I still have my peninsula to get through, but even once I'm finished with my little island, my island peninsula, whatever, I cannot attack Lemuria unless Marverni attacks Lemuria. Because if I go anywhere but into Marverni, Marverni is going to come and kill me. That's a fact. And I made this very clear to anybody during this time that was approaching me in diplomacy. This was the fact that I made very clear. Because everyone wants me to go fight someone else for them. Yeah, of course, great. And I think it's just because I was probably one of the first people on one of these port provinces. But I couldn't stress it enough that there's no way I could fight your war for you if Marverni wasn't in there because they would attack me. Especially with taking these 2 provinces with your flying dragon. That's very much, to me, a declaration of, I'm not going to kill you now, but I'm coming back for you later. And while that declaration is there, I'm not going to go attack anybody. The heck? And we'll continue this soon. Well, there's a lot to talk about on what went on. Let's go on to turn 10. Okay, we have the Oozbane the Locos has claimed the Throne of Spring. So Macone's already going about taking thrones because it's Macone. This is me pinging this province at the World Pillar. And I discover 2 things. 1, this cheeky Lamia has Fenris's Pelt, which is going to autocast Howl. And it's got some good protection, but it makes you berserk, so it's kind of weird. It's awkward to use. But cheeky spell. Running into this province blind would have been bad. And throwing my god into this province would have been worse. Because Lamia Queens, vanilla Lamia Queens, mind you, have an Oath Rod. And what an Oath Rod does is on damage, you become feeble-minded. Note, there is no magic resistance check, there is no save. If this does 1 point of damage to you, you are now feeble-minded. That could have been very bad, and I am glad that I did not do that. So I scouted the province because I thought a province full of Lamia was going to be something unique. Because, they do have this life drain attack, they have 50% regen, they have a second shape. They have low protection, thankfully, but something was wrong, and I'm glad I checked it. Other than that, We have a Dominion change in Fenethys. Nothing particularly special, I guess, to report this turn. I'm building scouts because I want to start my first forts right now because it's turn 10 and not dying is pretty high on my priority list. Let me see, where is this guy going? Right. So to continue, I guess, the discussion from last turn, a few minutes or two ago, it's about this time that I tell Uruk, because they're blowing my messages up every day, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Felicia, 686, and I'm just going to go there and take it because I'm running out of expansion. And you took Dathan, which, if I remember correctly, I think I was going to move to Dathan earlier. I think I was going to get my god, and instead of moving him to Polgrave like I did, I was going to move him into Dathan. And they begged me not to do that. So I said, okay, fine. You know, for the sake of being friendly, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to Felicia. And once more, they blew up my messages until I relented and said, fine, I'm not going to Felicia. Because they're talking about over here is Fennoscandia, and Fennoscandia is necessary to attack whatever. It was dealing with this player was miserable. That's all I have to say. Let's go on to turn 11. Okay, we have another throne getting claimed. I find a site in Panopia. It's a mineral cave. Excellent. Start on my earth income. And we have a battle in the Silver Wall. And yeah, just regular PD, they're going to get run over. Some raiders, and people are afraid of bandits. So a good mix of good and bad events. So here is me trying to just keep expanding somewhere, anywhere. Because I don't want to send my god down here. There's a bunch of wasteland provinces. This is a Lamia that's bad. I swear to God, I didn't know that this connected to anything. I should have read the map better. Whoops. And again, I didn't want to waste more of my god turns just walking around. He's supposed to be an awake expander and get me a province a turn, and he hasn't done that. And then Raga gives us another profit, Porous J. Cool. So that'll be turn 11. Moving on to turn 12. Making good time. Let me see where we at. 12 minutes. We can keep going. And this is where it begins, where I start just telling the world, I'm going to buy your death gems. This is what I got. 1-to-1 ratio. Let's do this. Or usually it's for money. I think gems at this point in the game we're going for 20 gold. Pretty cheap. So either or, I'm just buying whatever I can. We find a magic set in Forbidden Forest, a Wildfire Glade. Fire gems are insanely important for Elacitus. More important than I thought they were. Okay, we move into Akrajeb with a bunch of chariots. Got Tanglevine. And boop. There goes the commander. I think we lost some chariots. Yeah, we lost 2. Unfortunate, but we'll get more. So much more. And we send an all-chariot army into whatever this place is. That was fast. Fortunately, so was them getting run over. Troom chariots are very good. More unrest than Dunvale, and a worldwide event where we're going to have our first arena battle. And thankfully, we're finishing 2 of our palisades at the same time. I think I built it, yeah, in Grand Gate just because high population, and I wanted to check whatever Marverni might do. Right, and okay, so now we're on turn 12, and this is where things hit the shitter. This is where I straight up said, you know what, screw you guys. And I find that has expanded here into the ruins of Sentiston. And this is the, up until now, I have been having my DMs blown up by every day about how much he wants me to attack Lemuria. How Yis is already attacking Lemuria, and they're working together. They're working to like not step on each other's toes, so they can still have, boat movement. So they're sharing Sodorth over here essentially to get to Lemuria better. And this is where I find out some information that really pissed me off. Because behind my back, with every day getting my DMs blown up by this player to attack Lemuria, I find out that Marverni and or have this deal where Marverni doesn't take any of these 4 provinces. And that's interesting to me because I was promised that Marverni would also be attacking Lemuria, and then that way they wouldn't be attacking me. I was told. But how can Marverni attack Lemuria if you also made a deal with them to not take the provinces that get them to Lemuria? Yeah, that pissed me off. So first you finagle your way and talk all your smack so that I don't take these port provinces. Mind you, this one is still Indy. This one you take after I said I was going to take it. And then you're literally setting me up to get backstabbed by Marverni just so I can go fight Lemuria for a little bit before I die? Fuck out of here, man. So it's at this point that I tell all the living nations, except except this one, Dom Daniel. Dom Daniel's my friend. We can stay friends. Everyone else on this map that is alive and I'm in contact with, I tell them straight, get the like. Let me not use bad words. Fly kite. Go fly kite. I'm joining the undead. And so I make a big deal with Lemuria, big deal with Ermor. Therados is in the water somewhere. I never saw him on the map until very late, but I was told Therados is also somewhere around here. So I made a deal with Therados, and I just said, you know what, consider me pop kill. Consider me pop kill, because I have been getting my DMs blown up by living nations. And I want to say there's another player on this map that was also pinging me to attack Lemuria, and I can't remember. And meanwhile, every time they're messaging me to attack Lemuria for them, because they don't want to, because they're cowards, they're also setting me up to get killed by Marverni. Like, no, what the hell? I'm joining the Popco. You guys could go get bent. Good luck. So back to the turn at hand in terms of what's going to start going on in the future. Sorry for the trade, but I remember being very, very, very unhappy this turn due to the discovery of this diplomacy going on here. Yeah, so here's when I start trading off all my gold, all my gems, because if you notice, oh, not yet. Soon I stop recruiting anything out of my capital. Nothing. The only things I'm recruiting are mages. I start trading everything I have for gold and death gems, because death gems get me Tomb Kings, which are holy threes. They cost 23 each, and each Tomb King will make me 3 chariots. And as we have seen so far, the chariots are devastating if they catch you unprepared for them. If they go head on, they're going to take a lot of casualties. If they sneak into your flank, it is devastating. All right, let's move on to turn 13. How are we doing on time? 18 minutes? We can get to like 25, I think is okay. Cast, revive Tomb King. We search for magic sites, and we have a battle in Esquania. So again, we're circling around that Lamia province because I don't want to fight it, because it has Howl. And we just send in the chariots. It was a bit bloody, but it absolutely mulched that block of troops. Looks like this guy got crippled. He'll die in the move. So 8 chariots, able to take the province pretty well. And let's see, in Berryville, we get a bunch of gems. And again, to you, the viewer, this says, a few gems of every type, especially 4 death gems. Great. To me, this is going to be 7, 11 death gems. Well, maybe not 11. I kept my fire gems. So it's going to be 10 death gems and 1 fire gem. And we have our first arena fight. Okay, a typical commander of Krieg versus a prophet demon from Krieg. These guys are kind of spooky in terms that they have all these random effects, the most important of which I think is invulnerable, because they do have some sort of armor on. They have a bronze hauberk. So they're invulnerable. They have acceptable magic resistance, good hit points, good stats. They have a Carmine Cleaver, which is an armor-piercing 2-handed weapon that will make you have a bad day if you get hit by it. Especially it's swinging for 40. This is essentially a greatsword thug without a greatsword of sharpness thug without the greatsword of sharpness. They have Divine Grasp as a secondary attack, which does 2 times against magic beings. So it's a Moonblade Thug too, and does Bane of Heresy. And then it also has a range attack that is ridiculous. It's going to send 3 fireballs out. Like Krieg, Krieg is, to me, Krieg is not on the balance side. They always say, the creator and big tester always say, yeah, just take fire resistance. Yes, take fire resistance on your less. Your units don't get that option, and not every nation is only composed of sacreds. So things like this one unit sending 3 fireballs, literally like fireball spell, this just fires it 5 times. Or I mean 15 times, sorry, not 5, because it's 3 effects. So 15 fireballs per. Kind of silly. And it's also a Great Sword of Sharpest Thug and also a Moonblade Thug. All in one package. Now, I heard it's a horrible package because it eats your candles. Like, outside of having Heretic, it's supposed to have some event that literally makes your candles go away. It's still absurdly powerful. Too powerful, I think. That's just me. My opinion is, in almost any Discord channel or talk or whatever, I usually don't have the opinion favored by most people. I didn't even need to show you the fight. You can all assume that commander got mulched. And Assassin does well. Okay, moving on. New Atlantis attacking Juhara. So we have this Ghoul Sorcerer with a Black Steel Plate against a regular Tungalik. Juhara is kind of like the mod version of what Naba would have been, and it focuses, I think, on these ghouls. They're important because they have 50% regen. They just have low hit points, but 50% regen is wild. Well done. Okay. Now we're going to have Naba fighting Juhara. A John Mir with a Scimitar, which I think if that Scimitar hits this guy in the head, that should be enough to decapitate him. Okay, fail. Although, I think this guy can repel. Oh, yeah. Oh. Sometimes they just roll that way. Ouch. 10 points. Diseased him. Oh, that was a good hit. Hit in the head. There you go. Hit in the head for 26 points of damage. And it wasn't even the craziest roll. But this guy's got 1 hit point left. And will not be regenerating it. Oh, Juhara are mostly routed, but because of the slave collar, he's not going to rout. And he takes the win. Yeah, these are fair attacks. He takes the win with 1 hit point left. That was quite the duel. Okay, let's continue to see what Relay's got. So a Star Spawn fighting a Zieten. We also know now that the Raga took the larger bless. But in the haste of my fast forwarding, he got hit by a mind burn or a mind blast, paralyzed, and then stabbed by the trident. Trident's hurt, gentlemen. Trident's hurt. X. Luckily, the Turin Griffin keeps the slave collar. Unfortunately, it also keeps the paralysis and profuse bleeding. And because they're paralyzed with defense 0, they're just going to hit by every swing of this trident. At 19 protection is not bad at all, but 25 piercing. Yikes. Okay, let's go to this one. We have Zabalba versus Flegra. No chance. No chance, buddy. Yeah, no chance. We have McCone versus Creek. Okay, so we have this super powerful Carmine Cleve GSS Moonblade Super Thug, who's not on fire, by the way. If I were Krieg, I would have had him on fire. Okay, dude, good. Maybe I missed that by not watching that first fight. Yeah, you want him on fire because those fireballs can hurt people that are not fire resistant. This guy, unfortunately, thought ahead, brought a full Thug kit. That is McCone, ladies and gentlemen. a stinger so that in a duel he could repel a burning pearl to help that repel. So this guy's got 24 attack skill between the stinger and the burning pearl. That is quite wild. Is this really that much? This gives 2. This gives 4. And this says he had a +9. Where's the rest of it? Huh. Maybe it still keeps the effects of whatever item you had in the other slot. In which case he could have maybe had like a Ring of the Warrior or something. Yeah, that's weird. Well, regardless, he's still going to have a length 4 weapon with a very strong chance of repelling you. And if you get past that repel, he still has 22 defense skill. Very, very strong. Ooh. And in one single strike does 38 damage. 19 is enough that it could hit this guy, but it has to get past the repel. It has to get past the repel. Yep, there it is. Attack with the Karma repelled. 35 versus 19, no chance. This miss, I think, is the Divine Grasp. And again, it was repelled? Nope, but his morale check passed. And he's gone. Super powerful Krieg Thug, meet the best vanilla has to offer. Yeah, we have another fight now. Relay versus Kangobia. Kangobia just sends in an adventurer, who's just going to get Mind Blasted to Oblivion. Relay goes up now against Phlegra. Uh-oh. Good catch. That gave him Battle Fright, not that it matters. He's berserking. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, he's pissed. Holy crap. Jesus. And he's gone. Very nice. Flagrant Tyrants. Okay, that was this one. So now we have McCone fighting Old Satis, who sent a Horse Tribe Chief. No chance. Nope. And no chance. Okay, now we have Uhura versus McCone. This is that Ghoul Sorcerer, who's going to start at low hit points, but I'm sure he's going to regenerate before they even clash. And he does. Nope. Yeah, he just doesn't have the stats. This guy looks like he's going to take the win just because, again, he has all of the thug gear. He didn't need. Honestly, these two, this Black Steel helmet and Black Steel plate, I think those are detriments to this guy. Like, his default gear is better than that. I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain it is. So you didn't even need to spend those 5 Earth Gems. I'm curious. Let me go check. Yeah. Literally his helmet. Well, I guess the helmet gives you lose a defense point, and the hauberk you have 2 encumbrance points. Okay, so fine. Fine. Just barely. Just barely. Okay, so let's go now to Middle Atlantis against McCone. Everyone just wants a piece of this Polymark, and he is probably really okay with that. We have Kalem attacking McCone. No, that's a non-starter. Abyssi. I didn't even realize we had an Abyssi in this game. Oh, against Phlegra. Yikes. And then ultimately Phlegra versus McCone, showing, who are the vanilla top dogs. And that's a good alpha strike there for 34 damage. Are they both size 4? No, he's size 5. And the long stare down between attacks, and he's gone. And Super Thugs Achilles the Polemark wins. What's he get? the Chalice. That is great. That's it gives whoever's wielding it healing. Excellent, excellent. And then I foresee that Thaumaturgy is going to be great, and kill some brigands. If it wasn't for the tournament, that would not be an exciting turn 13. Let me check. We are well over time, but to celebrate the occasion, we do have this Sauromancer who rolled a 10% random. He got his fire. He got the fire random that you're given, and then he also decided he didn't just want to be a fire 2 death 3. He wanted to be fire 2 death 4, and that's just a casual recruit. There's going to be so many more of these guys. They're great. Sauromancers are great. They just take so damn long to recruit, but they're great. And yeah, so we're going to continue our march down. We found that Marverni is over here and has this army just hanging out in 601 for some reason, suspiciously close to 604. So again, I'm kind of iffy on what's going on here, but I don't like doing the first strike. Just because I think and I know that he's going to attack me, I don't want to be the one seen as the aggressor. So let's see what goes on. And just as a note, this over here we have is Chaco. This is the Distant Horizon. He's also uploading a series on this. He's doing episode by episode in live format, I'm pretty sure. 10 out of 10 do recommend. Go check him out. His experiences as Chaco, the semi-large nation, is going to appear over here at some point. Spoilers for both our series, I guess. And what else? Oh, and then right down here, I spot that the dragon has taken the throne. And how do I know the dragon's there? Well, this over here, I didn't realize connects to it. It connects to this throne. So crap. My isolated only one way in peninsula actually has multiple ways in. Alarm bells are starting to ring. And we'll see about what starts happening about that next time. See you later, guys.